Cancer, my dear, have you ever felt a chill sweep through your warm, familiar home, even when every door is latched and every window sealed? Have you ever heard a sweet lullaby that carried a deep, unsettling unease, as if something unseen was quietly encroaching upon your sacred space? Your Cancer soul, a profound river of emotion, reflecting the gentle moon, feels the truth before anyone else can. Tonight I want to whisper this to you. Not every sense of security is real. Some are but veils for a trap. And the truth you are about to hear will make you never look at those you've trusted with the same eyes again. Hold your heart, close, my dearest Cancer, for right now we will step into the first chapter, the truth revealed, the trap. Have you ever felt that something around you is not quite right? Like a cold wind passing by within your cozy sanctuary? Like someone's eyes watching you while pretending to offer a friendly smile? Cancer, you may not be imagining it. Invisible threads are being woven into a trap, and the ones holding the strings are not strangers. They are two faces you know well, individuals you have sheltered and loved. I want to whisper a truth to you. Not an easy truth, but one that must be revealed. I believe the cruelest betrayals always come from those closest to us, yet that is also where God unveils his deepest lessons. The ones who once sat at your hearth, who once sought refuge in your tender embrace, may now be preparing bitter trials for you. Your Cancer soul is like a moonlit sanctuary. Every subtle shift makes its surface tremble. You notice the smallest changes others overlook, an averted glance, a sweet word carrying hidden thorns. And when you dare to speak of what you feel, others may laugh, dismissing you as too sensitive, too imaginative. But carve this truth into your heart, Cancer. You are not crazy, you are not too sensitive. You are simply seeing the truth before others can. I once witnessed a Cancer friend endure this very thing. She was always open, always listening, always protecting the ones she loved. Two close companions, always appearing, caring, were secretly whispering, setting her up for painful trials. She told me how many times her heart tightened when she heard them murmuring, and when she asked, they laughed it off, calling her suspicious. Yet in the end, the truth surfaced that all the closeness had only been a cover for a hidden trap. What lesson lay hidden behind that wound? That blind trust is not love. True love never requires lies, never demands control. And if you do not set sacred boundaries, you will become soil where others plant seeds of doubt, watching you fall. Boundaries are not selfishness, but the shield that guards your soul from harm. Your Cancer heart is a warm, sacred haven, but not every hand is worthy of entering. Some hands only pluck blossoms of your kindness to discard them, leaving your heart aching like a home invaded and left desolate. God never lets you suffer in vain. Those wounds are signs, warning bells, that a truth is demanding to be seen. Remember the times you overheard words not meant for you, yet they fell into your ears like messages of destiny. Remember the complicit glances of two people when you walked into the room. Do not ignore these signals. They are not coincidences. They are cracks the universe opens, so you may escape the net of darkness. And then, in a quiet moment before the tarot, I saw the card of judgment appear. A bell rang out like the trumpet of angels awakening souls. Judgment declares, the silence is over, the time of truth has come. What they tried to hide, God will unveil beneath heaven's light. You need not shout, you need not prove anything. The truth will speak on its own. Cancer, can you feel this wave of energy? It is the moment when all masks begin to fall, and you, with eyes as deep as the ocean, will see it all. Do not let anyone make you doubt your intuition. Trust in God's guidance, for in every heartbeat, He has placed a compass to lead you. Let me tell you this, when your heart sounds the alarm, do not ignore it. That is your soul whispering. That is an angel warning. That is the sign you must rise to protect your own light. And you know the truth does not end here, for the cards continued to unfold, and after the revelation of the trap, another image appeared: judgment. It is not just a card, but a call from above, a doorway between shadow and light, between deceit and truth. Cancer, are you ready to hear that call? For in the next part, I will take you deeper into the judgment card, the sacred verdict from heaven, where no truth can remain buried. Cancer, can you hear that call, echoing from a place unseen, yet felt so vividly by your soul? It is no longer a whisper, but a great bell from the sky, awakening every cell, every drop of blood within you. The truth you have touched is not a coincidence nor an illusion. It is the message God planted in your heart long ago, waiting only for this moment to burst open like a flower in the night. I have told you before, and today I want to say it again with greater weight. I believe God allowed betrayal to come, not to destroy you, but to awaken your eyes. You may have wondered why He let you be wounded, why He did not stop those who plotted against you. But sometimes it is only when darkness covers us that the soul ignites like a torch, showing us clearly who truly stands with us and who is only a shadow in disguise. In today's reading, the card Judgment has appeared. Silence no longer reigns. This is the moment the universe sounds its trumpet, declaring the separation between light and shadow. From now on, nothing they tried to hide will remain cloaked in the night. The whispers, the glances, the carefully woven schemes, all will be laid bare before sacred truth. And the miracle is that you do not have to fight to prove anything. You need only stand in the light and let the light itself speak for you. Yet I know your heart still trembles. Betrayal is never easy. It strikes like a black wave, trying to pull you down into the depths. I remember once meeting a Cancer woman who, after years of carrying her family, discovered that those closest to her were the very ones who pushed her into suffering. When she spoke, they laughed softly, saying she was too sensitive. But only she knew that the quiet stirrings in her heart were real, that God had given her eyes that see through the night. And then, just like you, she realized she did not need to fight to prove the truth. The truth would stand on its own. In that moment of despair, another light rose from the cards, the chariot. I saw a golden chariot racing through the night, pulled by a force no one could stop. And there you were, Cancer, standing upon it. Your trembling hands became steady, your heart lifted by an unseen hand. I knew then it was Archangel Michael, beside you, cutting the cords of manipulation others tried to bind you with. Feel this deeply. You do not need to defeat anyone, nor prove another wrong. Freedom does not come from conquering others, but from keeping your own dignity intact. When you choose to stand tall, when you choose to walk in truth, then the darkness itself must bow, while you rise upon the chariot of destiny, leaving behind the trap they so carefully built. And I want you to hold this image in your heart. You are seated upon the chariot, surrounded by radiant golden light. Behind you, shadowed figures grasp desperately, but their hands slip away, for the cords have been severed. You move forward without turning back, and with each turn of the wheels, another fragment of deceit crumbles to dust. Cancer, can you feel it? That trembling mix of fear and release, as though after the long, stormy night you see the first blade of dawn pierce the sky. That is when you know the pain was not meant to drown you, but to lead you through to help. Your soul grow brighter, stronger. Let your heart whisper this prayer into the universe. I know, Lord, you have not abandoned me. I know this truth has come to open my eyes, to guide me out of the shadows. And in that trust, the path before you will open wider than ever. But beloved, the journey is not finished, for after judgment, after chariot, another light awaits. I see it slowly rising, brilliant, warm, as the first sun spreading over the sea, a ray strong enough to melt the ice within your heart, a promise that all shadows will one day vanish. Stay with me for now. We shall open the next card, the sun, where the sacred radiance shines forth, bringing hope and a new beginning for Cancer's soul. Cancer, do you hear it? After the thunder roars, after the heavy night presses down like a veil upon the soul, a ray of light begins to break at the horizon. It is not just dawn, it is the sun, the card of resurrection of joy, returning after betrayal's storm. All that once collapsed, all that once bent you low, now glows beneath heaven's light. I have seen that moment in your reading. The sun appears not as a distant image, but as a revelation. Its brilliance floods every corner, sweeping away shadows. It touches even the deepest cracks in your heart, where questions linger, where why has never been answered. And in that very instant, I hear a whisper from the highest heaven. I believe God takes no one from you without placing into your hands something greater. There were losses that made you feel you had nothing left. You thought, if they leave, I will be empty, I will have no one. But the light of the sun calls gently to you. No, no soul departs without leaving a gift behind. Sometimes it is freedom, sometimes peace, sometimes a doorway to those who will truly love you. I remember meeting a cancer man at 60. He had lost 2 close friends through betrayal. At first, he said the pain tore his heart apart and he trusted no one. But one morning, walking by the ocean, the sun began to rise from the water. He said in that moment, he understood. The light never disappears. It is only hidden by the night. And true love is the same. It cannot be stolen, only veiled by betrayal's shadow. Cancer, carve these words into your heart. Your joy cannot be stolen. It can only be hidden. And today, God allows it to shine again. The laughter you lost will find its way back. The tears you shed will turn into rain to water the garden of your soul, and new flowers will bloom brighter, more enduring, for they are nourished by both pain and faith. Do not think that God takes away to abandon you. He only removes what is not yours, so your hands may be free to receive His gifts. True love, true friendship, true companionship, all are still here, waiting for you to open your heart again. But unlike before this time, you will not love blindly. You will not hand your heart to those who only take. You have learned to draw boundaries, and those boundaries make your love purer, safer. Look at yourself now and see you once walked through the night. Now you are bathing in the light of a new day. That light does not only touch your skin, it awakens the hidden strength within. It flickers like a fire in your chest, gentle yet unwavering. You no longer need to prove anything. Your quiet dignity, the grace you hold, that is your true victory, Cancer. Allow yourself to smile. Let joy weave itself into every breath. Remember that happiness does not come from the outside, but from the sun that has always lived within you, waiting for the day to be released. Seal this light with a like. Share it as a blessing, because you deserve to be seen in this radiance. And do you hear the gentle knocking of destiny's chariot? The chariot still carries you forward, but now under the light of the Sunday, the road widens, no longer swallowed by shadows. Each turn of the wheel is like the heartbeat of the universe urging go. Do not fear. This path has been cleansed for you. In that moment, I see in the eyes of Cancer not only relief, but a new hope, a faith restored. It is no longer the gaze of one lost in betrayal, but the eyes of a soul reborn, finally knowing where it is meant to go. But my dear, this light is only the beginning, for beyond the sun, one last card awaits you, a card that is not only joy, not only light, but completion, the threshold of a new cycle. Stay with me, because soon we will step into the final chapter, the world, where Cancer finds the sacred rebirth of their own soul. Cancer, do you hear the heavens parting softly? After long days burdened by shadows, after doors slammed shut by betrayal, at last I see the card appear before me, the world. It does not arrive like an unexpected wind, but like a symphony, closing the old and opening a new hymn in the light of the cosmos. I see your soul walking a path of blooming flowers, each step sowing a seed of light, each breath a prayer echoing into infinity. You have passed through the storm, escaped the intricate trap, witnessed the truth unveiled. There were moments you thought you could not rise, when the ground collapsed beneath your feet. But then you rose again, and every fragment of your broken heart was gathered by God and pieced into a crystal clear mirror. In that mirror, you see yourself no longer trembling in fear, no longer trapped in someone else's web. You are a soul free radiant, and I believe you did not merely survive. You were reborn, stepping into a brighter, more luminous life. Let me tell you about a Cancer man I once met on my journey. He endured years of betrayal by friends, lost even those dearest to him. Once he told me, he felt as if he were walking through a dark tunnel with no light ahead. But one night, after hours of prayer, he dreamt of a vast circle of light opening before him. Within it, a sky more radiant and boundless than anything he had ever imagined. When he awoke, he knew God had not taken everything away. He had only cleared the path so that this man could step into a new cycle where old wounds were no more than marks of maturity. Cancer betrayal could not kill you. It only rebirthed you stronger and wiser. For each time you fell, you learned to rise again. Each tear watered a new flower in the garden of your soul. What was taken will return multiplied, not as burdens or fears, but as blessings and sacred opportunities. In the light of the world, I see you no longer lost in the labyrinth of lies. The walls that once confined you have crumbled, and before you lies a strong, steady road leading to horizons new. You no longer ask, "Am I worthy?" For your very soul has already answered. You have always been worthy, always enough, always loved. And then the most sacred moment arrives. Light envelops your being, like the hand of God, resting on your shoulder, whispering, "Cancer, this is not the end. This is the day you rise as a new soul, freer, brighter, holier." These words do not merely echo in your ears, but carve themselves into the deepest chambers of your heart, so that from this day you live as a lamp illuminating the Proskin Daskin. Darkness around you. Do you see it, Cancer? Every pain you endured was but a long night. Today the sun shines brilliantly above, and the world opens before you. This is a new cycle, the vast road the universe has prepared for you. Darkness has finished its duty. Now the light takes its throne. You are no longer trapped. You are free. Breathe deeply to feel the new wind caress your skin, carrying the fragrance of beginnings. Close your eyes for a moment to hear your heartbeat merge with the drum of the cosmos, and when you open them, you will see before you an eternal dawn. Beloved Cancer, today you are not only healed, you are reborn. Let the faith in your heart take flight. Let pure love guide every step. And before we close this journey, I invite you into a simple ritual, a vow to your own soul. Seal this rebirth with a like, subscribe as a soul contract, and share your decree in the comments. I choose freedom. I choose light. Each click, each word you leave is not just an action on a screen, but a seed of light you plant for yourself and for the Cancer community walking this path with you. And now keep the silence in your heart, as when you gaze at the sun and know you have overcome. Yet one more door remains, one last promise the world has revealed. Together, we will cross it in the next chapter, where Cancer discovers the sacred rebirth and the new destiny of the soul, where all shadows turn to ash and light becomes the eternal home. Cancer, we have walked together, through the dark fissures, through the tolling bells of judgment, through the chariot of holy fire rushing toward dawn. And now you stand within the radiant circle of the world. The old journey has closed. Every trap, every wound, every half smile that once drew your tears all lie behind you, now like dry leaves falling into the river, drifting away forever. But listen slowly to your breath, for something sacred is happening now. In the blazing light of the sun, you realize you were never truly lost. Each betrayal felt like a death, yet in truth, your soul was only shedding its skin, preparing for a new form. I believe you did not merely survive, you have been reborn, and God Himself is granting you a more radiant life. Let your heart remind you, true love never dies. It only transforms and returns in a purer form. Look at yourself today, still the gentle Cancer, but your light has changed. Your smile transformed your eyes as clear as a lake after the rain. Cancer, this is not the end. This is the day you rise as a new soul, freer, brighter, holier. I thank you for walking this journey with me, for allowing me to whisper to your soul. Let every like be a mark of faith, every share a seed of blessing you release into the universe, and every subscription a soul covenant binding us together for the road ahead. Seal this rebirth with a like, subscribe as a soul contract, and share your decree in the comments. I choose freedom, I choose light. May this new light fill your heart, bringing peace, joy, and a radiant season of rebirth. May your path be filled with light, love, and unshakable peace, dear Cancer.